Ooh, that's a spin from Epland right out here on the opening out lap as we start the stream. Hello everybody, good morning, afternoon or evening here from Aurora Racing League. We have the American Grand Prix here on the circuit of the Americas. We've got a very full lobby again, fortunately for us. And yes, Rayner, Mikhail, Dirty Spy, all the big names from last week are here again. Let's just get everything set up. So, of course, as we all know, Season 4 as of now, and I just need to do one thing, so give me a minute, but we're in the qualifying stages. We've got 15 minutes and 25 seconds to go. We've got 3 people watching, so hello to them. We've got Scalza in the Alfa Romeo on a lap, along with the reserve driver Tesco Meal Deal in the Aston Martin. Good name. Young Leader in the Ferrari and Creative Coconut in the Haas also on laps, and Shotmaker in the Red Bull. Let's get some of this then. There we go, that's what you want to see. Who's closer to finishing their lap? I think Scalza's on an invalidated one, however. Tesco Meal Deal is as well. Rayner is on his own lap. JLB going through the S's now. Kind of quite a difficult section of this track, you know. I tend to find, as someone who drives on this track, it's not easy for me, and I think that's because I haven't really done it too much on my wheel, and I used to do it a lot on my controller. But no, it's not one of the easier ones, I don't think, for me at least. Maybe some people have different opinions, but I think there are a few bits on the track, and that might be Airland or Creative Coconut round again. But it's not easy. It's Creative Coconut then the first to set a lap. So that was Epland around again. J on a lap as well. I think we go back to JLB here. Tesco Meal Deal crossing the line. And there you go, JLB with the purple sector 2. Let's see what he can do to the line. Can he set a benchmark lap? Because Creative Coconut does tend to be off pace in qualifying. Does make it all back though in the race. Young Leader with a 135 flat pretty much. Oh no, it's a spin from JLB. Luckily he keeps it out of the wall, spins right across the track onto the runoff zone there, so that's really unfortunate for the Aston Martin driver. Young Leader with a benchmark time of 135 flat. Shotmaker 4/10 off that time. I think that was J flying past the Haas there, and he's coming up to the line as well. Let's see what the Alpine driver can do across the line, and that's a 135.9. Oh, sorry, Shotmaker did a 136.4. So 135.9. Young Leader looking strong at the moment. We will go down to Rayner. Well, I was going to go down to Rayner, who's just at a 133.8. So he has absolutely set the benchmark time here. And we'll see Mikhail's on an... well, his outlap now. Mickey spins around on his lap. So a lot of people making a few mistakes. Here's Mikhail, someone else who could be contending for the championship as of current. But obviously DNF'd out of the last race, which isn't going to help his cause. Rayner then, only 5 points clear of Totally No Pro at the moment. So we might just go on board with Totally No Pro. Well, we would have done, but he has set a lap time. He's 2/10, just over 2/10 off the pace of Rayner. A few more people coming over the line, like Forrest Shump with a 135.4. But yeah, no one's really come close to that time from Rayner apart from Totally No Pro, who's his main competitor this season. Forrest Jump is in third, 104 points. I mean, if everything goes his way, I mean, a lot of stuff would have to go his way. He could overtake Rayner in the championship. I think the big one to watch here is Totally No Pro, because he could really strike something up. That's a purple sector 2 for Mikhail. And we ride on board with him now. Totally no pro. Could very easily take that number 1 spot from Rayner. But only time will tell. So then Mikhail into the final corner. Get on the throttle as quick as he can. Across the line, it's good enough for third. But I mean, he's 7/10 off P2. So it's a good lap. But clearly it's not good enough. And I mean, it's a testament to how good these two championship contenders are this season. They're quite a way off the rest of the pack. We got Theo's going into the pits on another invalidated lap there, so not a great first few laps then. Totally no pro. I'm not really sure what's going on here. The Williams driver, I believe. That'll be him into the pits. Yes. Not sure what's gone on there. Scouser also going very slowly. I think there was someone going around, maybe not. Creative Coconut also. I woke up this morning and I've been very ill all day. Fortunately, I've been able to get a bit better because I didn't think I thought maybe I probably won't be able to do the commentary, but fortunately I kind of gotten a bit better, but I might be sneezing a little bit in this qualifying, so if I just mute at random points, that will be why. Creative Coconut on another outlap here, 136.1. He's got a lot of time to make up if he wants to come anywhere near that number 1 spot. Let's see what he can do. 2.4 seconds off the pace. Starting sector 3, I mean, it's ridiculous. Just the margin, the margin of kind of just drivers, speed and pace wise that the league has. Comes up to the final corner now, but into the pits he goes, and maybe that wasn't the push lap. Tesco Meal Deal needs to get a lap on the board, and well, he's currently going around now. Clock in the top right says 2:30, and I think he's winding up for maybe another lap. Ziabati's here, not in the Mercedes, but in the AlphaTauri. He's gone very wide there. Fortunately, keeps his lap. Yeah, but he's going to be a little bit off the pace as he crosses the line. It's a 136.3, only good enough. Well, it is good enough for 9th. Only better than the Shotmaker on a proper lap. There's Epland. Does have a bit of pace, I believe. Epland. Not one of the slower ones, but he's invalidated again, and it is a tricky lap sometimes to navigate around here in the States. Tesco Meal Deal. Left and then a right. Those S's section, quite difficult for some. And it's interesting, kind of the track really widens up here for some reason. And that is one thing, I mean the track is really wide around here. At COTA. Which is good for overtaking. Obviously we're on the straight now, which in last season of the real F1, Lance Stroll and his now teammate Fernando Alonso had a huge collision at. Let's see what Meal Deal can do here then. Rayner also to note on another lap. JLB has gone under the radar there, but he's gone second fastest. 500ths of a second just under. Faster than Totally No Pro. JLB looking strong then. Let's see what his teammate can do. Into the left-hander. And then the final corner. Can he take it nicely? It's not too bad, but I mean he's very far off the pace. Crosses the line, but that's the back of the pack really for the people who've set proper times. Was there a mistake there I didn't see, or maybe he just wasn't pushing too hard? Let's see what JLB can do then. I know this is actually coming into the pits. Totally No Pros in the pits. Rayner then powering down the straight. He's 600ths off his speed. Let's see how fast he goes into the braking zone. He reaches a speed of 194 miles an hour before slamming on the brakes into that corner. Third gear all the way. Upshifts, but downshift right again. So about fourth gear, down into second, then quickly up into third, fourth, fifth, back down into third. Just nicely does it out of the corner. We ride on ball with him now. Don't go too tight on the first turn, don't go too close to the curb, and then on the second one you want to tighten up a little bit. Does it nicely though. Just about avoids the sausage curb on the inside curb there. Just really nicely put together lap. Is it good enough to extend his pole position? Yes, it is. A 1:33.5. So he's just gained 3/10 on his other lap before. Likes to track it with purple. Rayner on provisional pole, and by some margin as well. Mikhail. Hi, Ern. Welcome back to the stream, Mikhail. 1:34.7 is his current time, and that is over a second off the pace, which is quite frankly ridiculous. I mean, it's so incredible how quick Rayner is today around this track. Yeah, he's setting some good laps. Mikhail goes third fastest and improves his time quite nicely indeed. And I didn't realise, because I looked away for a second, but the 2/10 quicker lap from ART, and I'm going to mess this name up, and Mikhail's gone, well, he has gone third fastest here, but ART Theus, I don't know, Theus, we'll say Theus for now. Theus has gone fastest by 2/10. I look away for a second, and pole position is taken away from Rayner, and 2/10. That's a big ask for the man in the Ferrari. Speaking of Ferrari, here's his teammate, Young Leader. It's mental. 7th place, but he's what? A second and 7/10 off the pace, and it's just insane the time disparity at this circuit. I mean, it is a long lap. And then that means there's a lot of kind of room for error. But they are separated by some way. This could be despite 17 drivers, this could be a pretty boring race if they're really spread out this much. Let's hope the front runners can keep it nice and close for some good battling. Obviously, you can see that JLB and Totally No Pro are very close together, and I hope that's kind of what the race is like. But you never know. You never know. It's kind of sweeping, kind of a horseshoe kind of turn that Totally No Pro, Young Leader, sorry, is just complete. Turn 16, 17 and 18. That horseshoe, and up to the line. And he does go a bit higher. 16, 6th, sorry. Let's see then, JLB on a lap. Go through this S section. Up to the pretty much the main straight, really. Power down. This is probably the best overtaking opportunity of the lot. We saw Rayner reach a speed of 194 miles an hour. Clearly more downforce on the Aston Martin as he reaches 198. 4 miles an hour quicker down the straight. It's clearly different setups being set, and I mean, fastest sector 2. What can JLB do on this lap? I mean, again, 7/10 is a big ask to try and get. if he does want to take pole. But I wouldn't put it past him. He's a good driver. Penultimate corner then. And up to turn 20. 20th and final corner. Get the foot down and power across the line. What's this going to be? For the Aston Martin driver. He stays P4. He improves by 5 tenths. No, he doesn't. Sorry, I was looking in the top right. If I look at the left, he's improved by 5 tenths. And he's up into P2. Good lap, but still not good enough for pole. Which is just... Yeah, I mean... It was a good lap though, to be fair to him. Now we'll ride on board with the Ferrari of Reina again into the horseshoe section, turn 16, which turns into turn 17 and then 18. Get the foot down out of 18. Just for a second, you might be able to get up to 6th gear, but not quite for Reina. But I think he's given up on this lap. And he'll go again, and he's got the ARS to go in. Out of the final corner and get your foot down. Possibly not the best exit, but yeah, I'm not really sure what happened to the whole push lap kind of thing there. We've got Theos, but he's on an invalidated lap, so will he pit? I don't think he has time to. I think he'll go again. He's got 100 ARS, so should be fine to go again. VLT Robin saying he's joined. Yes, he has. You can see we increased to 18 drivers for the race. Let's see then. Reina's on an invalidated lap. No. That's not good at all. This is where it'll be then for the race. Mikhail also on an invalidated lap and spins. Zeobati gets a 5+ grid penalty for a collision with Scouser. And look at this. There's just a ton of cars all like parked up really. I'm not really sure what's going on. Can anyone threaten Theas here? Have to wait and see. Totally no pro. No, he's locked up. And that'll be his lap over P5, the highest he'll get. I think Scouser, I don't think he's on a push lap. There's so many cars, like, just bunched together, not really doing much. Jay's on a lap. Down the straight he comes. And that's Mikhail just stopped on the side of the track. Or at least I think it's Mikhail. I couldn't tell you. Jay's retired from the session, and I think that means unless Forrest Jump can do something here. See him hit the turn 19 and then turn 20, the final corner. Can Forrest Jump do something in the dying embers of the qualifying? I don't think he will. P7 for Forrest Jump. 134.9. Zeobati's been disqualified from the session. Mikhail's on an invalidated lap. The only driver left is Dirty Spy, and we flick to him. He gets a 133.4, sets one lap in this qualifying session, puts himself second, but it's still not enough to deny Theas of the pole position. Maybe if he had another lap he would have been able to, but then again if Theas had another lap he would have been able to as well. He rounds the final corner. Can he improve his time at all? I don't think he will, but it's still P1 for the AlphaTauri. Well, that concludes qualifying then. Theas, on what I think is his Aurora Racing League debut, takes pole. I mean, in at the end of the day, separated by 500ths, almost 600ths. It seems like it was close, but he only set one lap. And I don't think it was really close at all. He was flying. Dirty Spy P2 only sets one lap as well. And he set it right at the closing stages of qualifying. It's a 133.4 for him to take him to P2. JLB third and a 10th off the guy in front of him. Reina 4th. Mikhail 5th. Totally No Pro 6th. Youngbeard the 7th. Forrest Jump 8th. Scowls the 9th. And Epplin 10th. Totally No Pro is going to hope that he can have a better race than he did qualifying, and hopefully can get past Reina at some point in this race as well, because if he does beat him by more than 5 points, he will take the lead of the championship. And that's exactly what he'll want to do. well, it is good to see that in the top 10 you have, I think, all 7 drivers. So from P1 to P7, all of those drivers are in the top 10 for this race, or for the start of this race. Sorry, I just had to sneeze there. Blimey, strike. Good job I muted that. That probably would have broken the microphone. Right, formation lap then. I'll run you through the grid as I set this up. Hang on. Actually. So, Theo's good qualifying session. P1 on what I think is his debut. Then, the one I want to focus on is Dirty Spy. Currently P6 in the driver's standings. He will be wanting to get a bit further up there, although it doesn't really look like it's possible to move up any positions at this race, but he will want to start encroaching on that P5 spot with Mikhail. Then in P3 we have JLB. He's P4 in the driver's standings. If he has a good performance here, he will be able to get past Forrest jumping up into P3. Rayner, the man who currently leads the championship with only 5 points clear of the man in P2, which is Totally No Pro. In 4, Totally No Pro, just 2 grid spots behind him. He needs to get a good start and maybe start challenging for the lead if he wants to really keep that P1 position in the standings. Mikhail, he's P5 in the standings and could only really get, well, he could get past possibly Forrest Jump if he really had a good showing and Forrest Jump didn't. He'll want to get past JLB this race. He'll be looking for a good start as well. Totally No Pro, P6, P2 in the standings. He knows that he really wants to start getting to that P1 position in the standings, so he'll be pushing out there. Forrest Jump is in P3 in the standings, so he probably needs to do a bit better off the start if he wants to stay where he is in the standings at the end of this race. Young Leader then in P7 got disqualified. He's P7 in the standings as well, so can he put in a good performance? Who knows? But that's pretty much the main people that you want to focus on this race. They all have a chance of moving up and down, but they're also all in the top 7. I think, yes they are, they're all in the top 7, so I mean it will be an interesting race. We'll have to wait and see, because the lights are about to be on ahead of us for this race, and I swear to God if this is the camera angle, we just get unlucky. Is this really the camera angle we're going to be given for the start? I think everyone's lined up now. Yes. Well, that is the camera roll. The lights are on then for the American Grand Prix, and it's lights out and away we go. It looks like a good start for Theas, and not a great start for Dirty Spy. JLB's got off the line quite well indeed. Can Dirty Spy defend up into turn 1? No, he can't. Oh, there might be contact. No, there isn't. And they all get out of turn 1 pretty nicely indeed. Then Dirty Spy drops down to by 1 place off the start, and he's got now under pressure from Totally No Pro. He's had a really good start from P6 up to P4 there. He's jumped Rayner, and at the moment, that's looking really good for his race. Rayner then, not having the greatest of starts. Dirty Spy being, well, no, putting JLB under a lot of pressure here. But will he be able to get any kind of move done? Will he send it down the inside? Not quite, but we've got a very long straight ahead of us. Thea's already 5/10 ahead then, going down this straight. Can Dirty Spy maybe launch an attack? Probably not. We look down the order because Creative Coconut is side by side with his teammate then, and JLB is very close to the back of Thea's. Creative Coconut and his teammate really battling it down the straight. Into turn 1 though, Creative Coconut does get past his Epland. So that has teammates, no team orders over there. Thea's got away well initially, but JLB, of all people, is starting to reel him in. Dirty Spy down in P3 is all over the back of JLB though as well, and that's one thing that JLB's kind of got to keep in mind, because here he comes, the McLaren driver down the inside. A bit of lagging on the screen, looked like he'd almost smashed into the side of him, but through goes Dirty Spy back up into P2 where he started. JLB will do anything he can to try and get back past him, but I don't think there's enough he can, and someone's gone very wide there, and it's Mikhail with his getting put under a lot of pressure from Young Leader, but Young Leader won't be able to do anything into turn 1. He'll just have to settle. Oh no, actually down the inside goes Young Leader, and does get that move on the Alfa Romeo driver. So yeah, I don't really know what happened there. He just went really wide out of the first corner, and that has caused him out of the final corner, sorry, and that's caused him to lose the position to the Ferrari driver. Thea's starting to pull a bit of a gap here. Reina, as you can see, putting totally no pro under a bit of pressure, and he does need to, because that's the man that could steal the championship #1 spot off him today. Drag race then. But Reina's got the slipstream. Down the straight on totally no pro. He's on the outside line of it there, but cannot get past into the left-hander. And he might just have to settle in a bit for now. Mikhail, oh no. Mikhail's gone around, and now he falls down the order into P14. I'm not sure what's happened for the Alfa Romeo driver, but it has not been the ideal start to this race. And now we find himself in P15. Dirty Spy goes fastest. And maybe under a bit of pressure is Reina from his teammate, but he's dropped off totally no pro by quite a large margin as Dirty Spy starts to put Thea's under quite a bit of pressure as well. The battle all the way through this lap. I know Dirty Spy will definitely want to take P1 away from the Theas, because he does need it for this championship. Thea's the AlphaTauri driver just managing to keep him at bay for now. Scouser gets a time penalty there, and you can see now Dirty Spy just shoving Thea's through the turns. He's going to get DRS then down the straight, and maybe he'll be able to get past the AlphaTauri driver into the right-hander. He's got the DRS. The McLaren driver pulls to the inside and goes for it down the inside. Can he get past? They will be just wheel to wheel there for a second. This has allowed JLB to get right there. Marconi F1 is out of the race, unfortunately. But you can see JLB getting all in on this battle as well. We've got 3 drivers battling for P1 here. Who's going to come out on top? Dirty Spy is a good shout here, because he has really been putting Theos under a lot of pressure, and he has now got the DRS zones to help him out as well. DRS out the left-hander then for Dirty Spy. How much is this going to help him? It's going to help him a lot, because he almost goes flying by on the outside line, but defending the inside is Theas, and I think he's just about defended it well enough. Look at the rear wing, the front wing view there, and they were just so close, and you can see it. But I mean, at the moment Theas is doing a really good job at defending, and there's no way past for Dirty Spy. They stay really close through the S's. Really good job to stay that close from Dirty Spy in the dirty air. That is quite impressive. But 3/10 of the gap, but that'll close down as they get up to this corner, because he's got a little bit of a run. Does the gap increase to almost 4/10, but he's going to come around this corner and he's going to get DRS. Ooh, but he slides it out of the corner, and if he didn't slide, then I think he would have gotten a much better run to get the overtake. But just a bit too trigger happy on the throttle. And he'll just have to tuck in behind again. Oh no, down the inside went JLB there. Dirty Spy possibly making a bit of a mistake, and now they're side by side. Rear wheels nearly touching, but not quite. JLB could make a push for P2 here. Possibly a bit of a mistake. And this has brought totally no pro into the equation as well. So all of this fighting going on ahead. The Williams driver could now have a stab at it as well. This is good driving from the front 3. But no position changes as of yet. Dirty Spy, another dosage of DRS then down into turn 1, but he's too far back this time round. But maybe this is actually more of a blessing, because he won't be affected as badly by the dirty air. He won't have to change his braking too much so that he doesn't go into the back of the AlphaTauri, and he might just get a better run on him on that long DRS straight where I said before most of the overtaking will happen. Yellow flags in sector 3, and that is Mickey and Shotmaker round, I think. Ooh, yeah, Shotmaker's been affected worse there. Scalza gets another penalty. And here comes Dirty Spy. DRS then in a second. Robin gets a time penalty as well. Right, this is where Dirty Spy will try and get the move done, but again he's too far back. Totally No Pro, however, is not too far back at all, and he might be able to get a move done into the left-hander. Will he go for it down the inside? Yes, he will. JLB tries to keep it around the outside, almost goes off the track there. JLB still on the inside and will still keep that position for now. Totally No Pro just tucking in behind, but I think for now JLB's managed to keep that. That's a really good bit of defending from JLB to keep the Williams at bay. Now Dirty Spy quite close through these final 2 corners, and this could be a lead swap, and it's annoying because I want to watch that battle that's going on behind them, but this is the more important one, and they're very close. Out of the final corner, DRS open for the McLaren driver, but he's too far back at the moment to go for anything just yet. JLB and Totally No Pro very close together, and you can see the front wing and the rear tyres getting very close to each other there. Just getting familiar with the looks of each other there, and it's good driving from all of these guys. Rayner has managed to reel in P4 and P3 for now. JLB will not be getting DRS this lap, which I think is going to help Totally No Pro out a lot in his pursuit of P3. And we can see Dirty Spy here just getting even closer now. 4 tenths. The exit isn't as good as the AlphaTauri driver, but maybe this straight's a little bit different this time with the DRS, but it doesn't look like it will be. And yeah, Theas lives to fight another lap. JLB does as well. But it's going to start becoming a much heftier task for JLB to keep these 2 at bay behind him. Williams and the Ferrari will not be wanting to give him too much breathing room. And it's only a matter of time, surely, before he's been overtaken. Dirty Spy. Actually a different line through those corners there. The 2 drivers there taking different lines. But the gap's pretty much the same. DRS open again for Dirty Spy, but again too far back to make a move. JLB too far ahead to get overtaken for now. You can look at his rear wing though, and it is just a question of how long he'll be able to keep him at bay. Dirty Spy also close to the back of the AlphaTauri again. 2 very different lines. Which one's better? I think it was the AlphaTauris. Right on board with him into the left-hander. Totally No Pro is really all over the back of JLB now, but DRS open once again for the man in P2. But again, I think he's too far back to make a move, so he's going to have to wait another lap to try and get the move done. Totally No Pro definitely thought about the dive bomb. He thought better of himself. Didn't end up going for it. Williams driver, oh no! Theas has gone around, gifting P1 to Dirty Spy. I'm not really sure what's happened there for the AlphaTauri driver. He's just lost the rear end. That's heartbreaking for him. And he needs to get himself back into this race. He looked pretty comfortable in P1. I don't think Dirty Spy was going to be in a position where he was fast enough to catch him. can Totally No Pro catch JLB? That's the question I'm wondering now, because JLB's kept him at bay for a while. If you've just joined, Thea's has just spun around and lost the lead of the race to Dirty Spy, who put him under a lot of pressure. Thea's was coping with it well up until that point, where he just lost the rear end out of a corner, and now Dirty Spy is in the lead. Williams of Totally No Pro has been putting JLB under a lot of pressure, but the man in the Aston Martin has been coping brilliantly. But it surely is just a matter of time before he loses out. They're even closer this time round. Tight line in through the corner. DRS open for the Williams of Totally No Pro. And now, surely, the overtake is coming for the Williams driver. He moves to the left-hand side of the track. And as they get into the left-hander, he's up into P2. But JLB will be coming back at him, and down the inside goes the Aston Martin driver. Can he keep the P2 position? I don't think he will, but it's a valiant effort indeed. Rayner might be able to go up the inside now. They do touch. Rayner getting very out of shape there. JLB is going to just try and keep it down the inside, but he can't, and JLB loses 2 places in the matter of corners. I think there was definitely a bit of contact between those 2 drivers there. And here comes Theas, the once race leader, is going to be on the back of JLB. And how long until we see him maybe making a move on the Aston Martin driver as well? Rayner, will he be able to get past Totally No Pro before he gets into the DRS? I reckon he will, because Totally No Pro hasn't had the best of corners there, which has brought Rayner even closer than he was before. 2/10 the gap going through the S's. How close will they be able to keep Rayner with what I'd say is a better line through the S's as well? But that one, just the ending bit of the S's wasn't great for either of them. But, yeah, Totally No Pro looking a bit, I don't know, looking a bit kind of out of it through the corners, but it's worked for him. JLB gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings regarding track limits, and now he's a second off these 2, and he gets overtaken by Theas. But let's watch this. Rayner down the straight. DRS for the Ferrari driver. Is he going to be able to get past him? I think he will. Into the left-hander. No. Totally No Pro keeps it for now. Up the inside. Rayner did think about it for a second there. Down the inside, but there was no space for the move, and he was too far back. But Rayner putting Totally No Pro under a lot of pressure, and this is just allowing Dirty Spy to get further and further ahead. It's all going to plan for the McLaren driver, but obviously it's crucial for Rayner to get past Totally No Pro to keep in the lead of the championship. Yellow flags up ahead, and I could not tell you why. I don't think Dirty Spy had a moment, so I'm not sure what those yellow flags are. Totally No Pro baited into the oh, hang on a minute. Theas has just gone right up the inside of Rayner. I don't know how I didn't clock that, but he was right there. No wonder Rayner was defending the inside line there. I thought he was just trying to kind of bait Totally No Pro into covering the inside, but no, Theas right on the rear end of the Ferrari, and he won't stop. He's being relentless here. He wants to get back into the lead of this race, and he doesn't have a lot of time to do it, but he's going to do whatever he can to get there. And now Rayner isn't going to be able to get past Totally No Pro, I don't think, because you got Theas here, who's going to start putting him under a lot of pressure. Robin, another time penalty, and it's not really going the way that the Williams driver, the Williams driver will want it. Here comes Theas in the AlphaTauri, and past the Ferrari driver he goes, up into P3, and now Totally No Pro is really going to be thinking, oh dear, I'm in a bit of trouble here, because he's about to get overtaken by this AlphaTauri driver, because he's absolutely flying. He gets a 3-second time penalty regarding track limits as well. That's not going to help him in the slightest. He's already down in P17, dead last. But look at Theas. I mean, he is really on a redemption arc here in this race. And I mean, as it stands, Totally No Pro is the championship leader. I don't think he'll mind that a little bit at all. But it won't be for long, because down the inside goes Theas. Has he got it nicely into turn 1? Yes, he has. And now Totally No Pro has lost the championship. It's back in Rayner's hands, but only slightly. 3 points the gap for this championship. Yellow flags in sector 1, 2 and 3, and that normally means there's a safety car. But I don't see the safety car being deployed. I think there's just been 3 incidents in 3 parts of the track. Yeah, Theas is absolutely flying. Rayner will want to get past Totally No Pro, because I mean, his championship position is up for grabs here if he can't get past. And I mean, he's further away from Totally No Pro than Totally No Pro is from Theas. How long that will last, I'm not entirely sure. But if Totally No Pro can keep Theas under pressure, which I don't think is likely, but if he could, then Dirty Spy could really be in for a simple drive home to victory. Did I see him go a little bit slower there? I think that was just the mini-map glitching slightly. Totally No Pro then. Into the pits he goes. Rayner overtaken by JLB as well, so I'm not really sure what's happened there. But the Aston Martin driver's back in it after overtaking the Ferrari driver, and I'm not really sure how he's gone about doing that. If there was a mistake from Rayner, I'm not entirely sure. But B3 for JLB, and this man is on an absolute rampage. Look at him go now. The gap's 5.8 seconds, so it has increased a little bit actually. Is Dirty Spy fast enough to set faster laps than Theas? And if so, what does this mean about the pace of Dirty Spy? And despite being as many points behind as he is, could he be in for a championship? Because, I mean, Theas is going quite slowly here in comparison to Dirty Spy. Maybe Dirty Spy might be boxing this lap because he's got no ARS left. But neither does Theas. And, you know, I'm not... Is he going for the early pit stop? Or see about he retires from the race? He's glitching a lot, actually. Rayner then won't be too happy about the overtake that happened on him by JLB, and he'll be trying to get that place back. But Dirty Spy is putting in some rapid lap times so far. But he does pit, so maybe that was why. Just using all of the remaining kind of power he had to get past. Rayner stays up. Stays out JLB into the pits. I think it was an alright stop there from the McLaren pit crew. Off go the mediums, on go the hards for JLB. Jay is now up to P4 in the Alpine because he just hasn't stopped yet. But we're kind of at that one bit in the race where it's all calmed down a bit and there isn't too much going on. I am trying to find action desperately, but there doesn't really seem to be any. See, Rayner, can he get closer to Theos? I don't think he has the pace, unfortunately, although there's an overtake happening here, and I think... Did Forrest Jump just let Totally No Pro by? Maybe. I'm not sure entirely what's gone on there. Will he do the same for JLB? I'm not really sure either. JLB then, down the straight, just out of DRS range, we've got yellow flags in sector 3. And that's because, no, it's not Mikhail, it's Skulls are going very slowly indeed. I'm desperately trying to find some action that we can spectate. Shotmaker, oh dear, that was a bit scruffy from the Red Bull. Getting a bit closer to Epland, but still not close enough yet, although he has gotten a lot closer now. The Hash struggling in comparison to the pace of the Red Bull. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an overtake sometime soon here. Reina and Jay pit finally now. Let's see. It was a good stop, I think, for the Ferrari. Into the pits goes the Alpine as well. I'll go the hards for him as well. So the undercut has worked very well indeed. Reina comes out ahead of JLB, but not by a lot. But behind Forrest Jump. He is not pit. There is no way in... Yeah, I was going to say, he's on a different strategy entirely. Because there's no way he's just pulled a line or a stop here. JLB all over the back of Reina though, and he's got to be cautious about this. The undercut has not worked. I was wrong. I thought Forrest Jump had pulled the undercut, but clearly he hasn't. This is a bit of action that we can spectate though. Reina still trying to get heat into those tyres, but he doesn't have enough time. Here comes the Aston Martin. He'll take his time. They make contact, and it's that Reina. He's okay. He lost it for a second there. JLB's got to be more careful there. He kept it too tight. And maybe Reina drifted off into him. I feel like JLB probably should have gone a bit further left. I'm not sure whose fault that was. Racing incident maybe, but that could have ended in pretty badly. For either driver. Now JLB will be in pursuit of Forrest Jump, and I don't think the hard tyre strategy has really worked the way that Forrest Jump wanted it to, but maybe it still will considering his position. Thea's now exiting the pits, the last of the top guys to leave, and he comes out ahead of Totally No Pro, albeit not by much. It is a second and a half, and that's a decent amount. Totally No Pro won't get the DRS on him, and he can now finally chase after Dirty Spy on fresh tyres. But is there enough time left in the race to close down 7 seconds? I genuinely don't think there is. Not on a driver that's actually shown more pace today. Reina then. This isn't looking good for him at all, because now he's fighting in the championship. Totally No Pro's up in third, and he's down in sixth. So this is looking very badly at the moment for Reina. He needs to get past these two in front of him. If he can get past JLB, when Forrest Jump pits, he will only be 3 points off. But that means that the point gap going into the next race will only be 2. Forrest Jump, and he always does this, and a fair play to him, he always acts as a back marker. Look at him now, he'll get out of the way. And I mean, that's just class. He knows that he isn't faster than these guys, and he gets out of the way, and I genuinely think he's one of the best sportsmen on the grid. And you have got some good sportsmen here, I'm not saying, but I mean, that is fair play, because I know a lot of people, if they're in the same position, would just fight like that. That life was on the line, and it would ruin other people's races. He just gets out of the way. He knows it's not his race, and it's like blue flags are being waved. And I mean, just fair play to him. He is a good driver, and I respect that behaviour from him. Now the position Reina's in isn't so bad, but he does still need to get past JLB, otherwise the ball is 100% in Totally No Pro's court. He'll be picking up, if I'm not mistaken, 15 points from this race. Reina will only be picking up 10. Now, that means that Reina, they'll be on equal points here. I think Reina might have had a few more race wins, but I could be very wrong. I'm not sure who takes the lead of the championship here. But at the moment, the ball's in Totally No Pro's court for now. Reina needs to get past JLB as quickly as possible. And if he can, start going for Totally No Pro as well, because that would really help him out. Down the inside then goes Reina, and it's a late lunge. It's a brave lunge, but he goes wide on the exit, and now JLB will try and get past. They make contact there, and they almost make contact again. Was it a dangerous re-entry from Reina? I'm not sure. We'll see what the stewards have to say at the end of the race. I don't think they will say anything though, unless JLB really wants to ask about it. I don't think there will be a steward's inquiry, but that also could have ended in tears. These two have come together twice now. Thea's fastest lap. He is flying, and he has gained about a second, and a second and some on Dirty Spy. It's not over. I'm not saying it's on. I think Dirty Spy should be able to hang on. I didn't even realise he's got a time penalty. So is JLB. It's very much so on for Thea's, because I believe that's going to be 3 seconds. Let's have a look. Yep, 3 second time penalty for Dirty Spy. Never mind. It's very much so on for Dirty Spy. Rayner looked like he was flying quality. Yeah, I think he was decently quick in qualifying. I think he started P4. Totally no pro. Rayner's someone who tends to have good race pace, but he hasn't really shown it today to his full extent, I don't think. And he's only on 6% ERS, as you can see on the wheel there. Too far back to make a lunge this time, but he does touch JLB in the rear. Now JLB comes off. These guys clearly aren't the best of friends today. Down the inside, Rayner can't send it there, but they keep making contact. Ern says maybe not his track. Yeah, I mean, obviously everyone has their weak tracks and their strong tracks, and this for me is one of my weak tracks. Just that S's section is really, I really struggle with like S's, to be honest. I think they're a bit easier for me on the wheel, but on the controller I'm absolutely appalling. Same here, I hate this. Yeah, it's not a favourite track of mine. DRS out the corner for Rayner on JLB. He does need to dismiss him quickly, but at the moment he's not getting the move done. And at what point does desperation start to kick in for him? But Thea's looks like he's on track to win the race because of that time penalty that Dirty Spy's got. This is swung in the favour of the AlphaTauri driver. And is it a lesson in not getting time penalties? Well, Sebastian Vettel would be able to tell you about that at the Canadian Grand Prix of 2019, 2019? One of them. Anyway, DRS open again for the Ferrari driver. He's closer this time. He's closer by a substantial amount. Is this the time he'll be able to make the move? To the outside he goes. Switches to the inside. Is he going to go for it down the inside? Yes, he is. It's a good lunge. And JLB goes over the curbs. But he's still there. Up the inside. We ride on board with a Ferrari driver now. Check his rear wing. JLB has to slow down. I think he ran out of track. And Rayner up into P4. But I just don't see him being able to catch Totally No Pro now. He also needs to get out of the DRS range of JLB, but I think he'll do that relatively quickly. These two might need to have a word with each other at the end of this race, because there were so many times they had contact that in that, 5-lap period. Lots of contact there. JLB does pick up DRS, and he will get a bit closer. 7.5 tenths, I reckon. 7 tenths actually into turn 1. It drops back to 8.5, and no. Safety car. Safety car, safety car, safety car. And I wonder why. I'm trying to see people stopped on the track. I don't see anyone stopped on the track. What has happened here? Well, it's all gone horribly wrong for Dirty Spy. If he had any chance of winning, it's all gone now because of the safety car. Thea's arguably better pace. And there's a few people coming into the pits. But no, I mean, one thing I will say, Totally No Pro, if he does something right here, could take the lead of the championship. But we've got a safety car if you just joined the stream. This race has, it's changed, and it's changed pretty quickly. Dirty Spy, will he pit? Yes, he will. Yes, he will. I was thinking maybe it's an opportunity to pit, and he does pit. The softs will be on. Theo's pits as well. Dirty Spy can't get rid of that penalty. Who else pits? Will totally no pro pit? Yes, he will. He made that decision very late. No, he stayed out. I don't think you're allowed to do that, but totally no pro has stayed out. That's an interesting call there. Rayner and JLB have both pit. Young leader stayed out. Mikhail, will he pit? Yes, he will. Totally no pro. I think that's a wrong call. He took so long deciding as well. He hasn't even come out ahead of Dirty Spy. I really think he's made a very, very bad call here. Let's see, who else pits? Jay's pit. Forest Jump has not. Creative Coconut hasn't either. No, hang on a minute. He's still too far back to get to the pits yet. Right, let's see. Does the Haas driver pit? No, he doesn't. He stays out. VRT Robin, does he pit? No, he doesn't. He stays out as well. Epland. Again, another driver is bloody far away. Does he pit? Well, I mean, we'll find out in about a corner's time. No, he doesn't. He stays out as well. Well, isn't this interesting? Dirty Spy on the mediums. Totally no pro on the hards. Thea's on the mediums. Young leader on the hards. Rayner on the mediums. JLB on the mediums. And I guess, yeah, I think no pro has. He could have had a very strong opportunity to take the lead of the championship, but instead he wasted his time deciding whether or not he should pit. Almost came to a stop on the pit entrance. Wasted so much time in the decision making that totally no pro hasn't even come out in first for the restart. Phenomenal. It's absurd. Yeah, I mean, let's have a look at the degradation on those tyres. 8 lap old hards. 8 lap old hards. Against fresh mediums for everyone. Dirty Spy's left the session? Hang on a minute. What's gone on here? No. Have we just encountered some technical difficulties for the McLaren driver? Because I don't think he would have just left because he wanted to. He was in a good position to at least get on a podium. But he has not got a lot of time to rejoin the session, and if he does rejoin, does he have the ability to still drive the car? What has happened here? Dirty Spy rejoins, but oh no. I don't think he's in control of his car. No, thank goodness for him. He does actually have control of his car. Fortunately for him. But that could have gone a lot worse for Dirty Spy as he left the session. Totally no pro then, making what I think is just an absurd call to stay on the hard tyre. Thea's on the mediums. And everyone else behind him is also on the fresh mediums. And I've just realised this. I say everyone. Young leader did not pit either. So he's got to have his teammate behind him. The question is, does he let his teammate past? If it was me, I would. Oh my god, he's brake tested his teammate under the Rayner. I hope he doesn't get wing damage there. It didn't brake test him, but he slammed on the brakes a lot harder than I think Rayner was expecting, and they made contact there. I think Young leader should give the position to Rayner off the restart, to be honest. He has no reason to fight him, and also, as the current stands, totally no pros taking the lead of the championship, and it's not even close. he will be quite a few points clear as well, because at the moment he's got 18 points is the takeaway for him from this race, and Rayner's takeaway is only going to be like 10, I think, so 8 points the difference. And we've got another lap, another safety car. Unbelievable. Right, give me 1 minute. Right, I'm back, and yeah, this is going to be an interesting contest to the line. Then we will have 6 laps of racing to decide the race. And you can see all the cars so bunched up. I mean, it's incredible how close safety car is in this lap, how close they get behind the safety car on this lap. We've got green flags. What the hell? Sorry, but green flags being waved? Well, it's not green flag racing, is it? That is a bizarre thing to see. Green flags, but obviously it's not green flag racing. Unless the game's had a glitch. Surely this... Well, I mean, there's no yellow flags, is there? Dirty Sprite. I mean, I don't know what ping this man's on. He's lagging quite a lot. Either way. Totally No Pro overtakes him momentarily there. Dirty Sprite really glitching around a lot. But the final corner awaits him there. Right on board, but he's gone. Totally No Pro. It's not a great exit at all. The green flags are waved. We're racing again. And I don't think it's really any starts that are that interesting. Down the inside, Thea's wasting absolutely no time to try and get into the lead of the race, and he does it in one corner. It's a double overtake. Dirty Spy, huge mistake. Drops down to P3 and P1, and now there's contact with Young Leader. I don't know what's happened to Dirty Spy, but it's all gone horribly wrong off the restart. Rayner then, behind his teammate Young Leader. Dirty Spy back up to P1. I do genuinely think he's glitching like a lot. His Wi-Fi is absolutely horrendous. Where even is this man on the track? I don't know. It's impossible to commentate on his position because he's all over the place. He dropped down to P4 and then just randomly appeared in first again. Who knows what's going on? All I know is that Young Leader has not given the position back to his teammate. And as it stands, I think Totally No Pro, I mean, they'd be equal on points. It depends on the race wins and stuff like that. And I genuinely could not tell you who's done better, who's had more race wins around this season. At the moment, I think, unless Rayner makes a mistake, I think he should keep on to his championship. Even if they stay where they are. Mikhail, lovely move down the inside of Forest Jump there to get back up into P7. JLB, he can see the 2 Ferraris in front of him, but he can't really do much about it. Dirty Spy, fastest lap in the McLaren, he's 1.6 seconds clear, and here comes Rayner on his teammate. I don't think Young Leader is going to fight it too much if he really wants to be a good teammate, and down the inside, JLB goes on the Ferrari as well. That was a late lunge, and no, he's spun! Him and Dirty Spy, him and Young Leader, both into the wall. Dirty Spy's out of the session. It's all gone terribly wrong for Aston Martin. Unbelievable. The man who looked like he could do a little in this race. In the closing stages, He is out. And now, Rayner will just be desperately trying everything he can to get past Totally No Pro, because he does not want to drop points on this man. He will be wanting to increase his championship lead, even if it's only by a few points, because he has dropped points in the last few races, and it's gotten a lot closer than it really could have had for Rayner. So the chase is on, as Bradley Walsh would say. And it's just a matter of who will get that final podium position. And it's also a matter of, can Dirty Spy pull a 3-second gap from Theo's? It's possible. They're both on fresh tyres, and he has got the fastest lap, but with only a few laps to do it, who knows what's possible. Here at the Circuit of Americas, all I know is that you should not leave, because things are only getting started. As random as it seems, with 4 laps to go, things are only getting started. It's still all to play for. Mikhail, he had a spin on the opening lap, found himself pretty much in dead last, but he's back into this race. He's in P5 here, and he is on the back of Rayner. Rayner, however, is on the back of Totally No Pro, and it won't be long until this man gets past him. Surely, no, he's got a 3-second time penalty. Well, it almost looked certain that Rayner would be able to get past him, but now he could very well lose the championship lead in this race. For so many drivers, when it's looked comfortable, it's all gone horribly wrong. Rayner is counting on getting past him now. He needs to. Here he comes then, DRS open. Rayner, he's going to have to do anything he can, and it's going to be quite difficult because he's got Mikhail on the back of him as well. Rayner, you can see him move to the right-hand side of the track and into the left-hander. He's ahead. But no, Totally No Pro makes contact with him, and Rayner's gone round, and he sees the championship flash past his eyes. It's not over yet for him, but he's lost. He's down to 8th place, and that's 5th for Totally No Pro. Now, I do think there's a penalty in store there, because he shouldn't have sent it back up the inside, and that's his fault for taking Rayner out. But Rayner down to P8, and that's a championship as of now. It's not his. It's all in Totally No Pro's hand. And with the time penalty for Rayner as well, this has just gone worse and worse. And I hate to say it, but he might not even find himself in the top 10. He probably will. But there's a possibility he won't. And this man, the man who looked out of it pretty much all the race the last time I heard of him, he's down in 15th, but here he is now, all the way up into 4th. It's a redemption drive and a half. He does have like 6 seconds worth of time penalties to his name. But Robin up into P4, fighting with his teammate, Totally No Pro. Well, that's not what the Williams crew are going to be thinking, or the garage are going to be wanting to happen. They're going to be like, no, Robin, you're not in the championship fight. Let Totally No Pro past. But Robin doesn't care. Robin just wants to race. And it might not be what's best for the team, but it's clearly what's best for him. And he's going to power now down the straight. No DRS for him. There is a bit of DRS for Totally No Pro. But as you can see in the background, Forrest Jump as well is behind. Now, does Totally No Pro have damage? It doesn't look like it, but we do know invisible damage is a thing on this game. I mean, it's genuine. Oh, God, the microphone almost fell over there. But it is. There's so much just drama filled in these final few laps. But at the end of the day, it looks like this man's set to win the race. With only a second and 2/10 as a gap, but a 3-second time penalty to Dirty Spy. Theo's looks like he's very strong, and looks like he will go home and win. Totally No Pro a second behind Robin now. Won't get DRS, but will be under pressure from Forrest Jump. Does the Red Bull driver have the ability to reel him in? Well, forget what I said, because somehow the Williams driver picks up DRS on his teammate. But does Forrest Jump have the ability to just get back at the Williams and maybe make a bad day worse, because it's all kind of gone wrong for this driver in the closing stages of this race. Epland in P7, he's under pressure from Rayner. We've got yellows in sector 1, and that's because Shotmaker's gone round. Epland under pressure now from Rayner quite heavily as well. And we can see the Ferrari driver's going to want to do everything he can to get a bit further up the order, so that if a penalty does come to the way of Totally No Pro, then Reina can still retain the championship. But down the DRS straight we have, Reina got very close to overtaking Etlin, but Etlin with a much better exit and better downforce, so better high speeds. There's no overtaking opportunity for Reina. The right-hander though, that could be a shout, but he's still not close enough. But he is quite close to making a move. Does he have enough time to? Dirty Spy, unless he can pull 1.5 seconds or more on this final lap, it looks like it's all going to be over for the... Oh, no, no, no! Reina, as we were focused on that, Reina has spun around, and now he drops to 10th and 11th, and it could not go worse for the Ferrari driver. He's out of the points. And when you thought, it's gone badly for him, it's gone even worse. Unless Totally No Pro gets an incredible time penalty, I think it's all over for that P1. Championship stunning position for now, at least. Etlin picks up a 3-second time penalty, but Mikhail P3. I mean, that's a redemption drive and a half, isn't it? Robin to P4, another really good drive. The reason he stayed out is because he didn't have any mediums and his softs wouldn't make it to the end. Fair enough. Thank you for the information, Ern. Our trackside reporter, just like Ted Kravitz. And that's why Totally No Pro stayed out, and it does make a bit of sense because he was definitely debating going in. And I think he just made that last second decision. No, it's not worth it. Yes, Ern says he can play that role as Ted Kravitz. Ted Kravitz down at, or Ern down at Sky Race Control. That's what we'll have you as when you're not driving. But yeah, it's been an action-packed race. But this man Dirty Spy, he's been quick and he'll cross the line to win. But the race win will go to Theas on his, what I think is his debut here at Aurora Racing League. He wins the American Grand Prix. Mikhail will finish P3, which has just genuinely surprised me. I mean, P3 for Mikhail in the Alfa Romeo after spinning out at the opening lap is incredible. Totally No Pro P4, Forest Jump P5, Robin with the time penalty supplied P6, still a really good redemption drive from him. Etlin P7, Creative Coconut P8, good drive from him. Mickey Kyronen P9, Reina gets P10 after penalties are applied. Fortunately for him, he will pick up 1 point, but it's not enough because Totally No Pro being P4, he's lost that P1 position for now. Of course, we'll have a proper look at the championship standings after we watch the podium celebrations. Robin gets driver of the day, and to be honest, I can back that. Really good drive from dead last to P6. That was good stuff. But after a pretty, what's the word? Perfect? You know? I think it was. It was, maybe not perfect, but it was, pretty close to it. Maybe there was room for improvement, but, at the end of the day, a win is a win. As you can see Arav there, spectating. I don't think there can be any complaints from the team, any complaints from his side. I don't think he commit any offences that would warrant a penalty. So here is your race winner, the man for AlphaTauri. On his first race, Theas then, P1, representing Brazil at America. P1 for him, picks up 25 points, Dirty Spy will pick up 19 with the fastest lap. He did cross the line first, but penalties after just knocked him down to P2. Mikhail gets P3 from P5. That's not representative of the brilliant drive he did when he dropped all the way down the order after the opening lap, after the opening few laps. Totally No Pro P4 for the Williams. Decent drive, and that will hand in the championship for now. Forest Jump in the Red Bull P5. Robin 6th from 16th. That's a brilliant drive. Etlin 7th. Creative Coconut 8th. Mickey 9th. And Reina 10th. Just a real race of what could have been for the Ferrari driver. But if you did enjoy that race around the circuit of the Americas, please do tune in next week for, and I will tell you the track now. See, I was lured into a false sense of security. I thought that we were driving. I might have been wrong here. Hang on a minute. Let's do races. So, I actually thought we were driving around Miami this time. I don't really know why. Anyway, we've got Sao Paulo next week. And Sao Paulo is a brilliant circuit. My personal favourite track. So that should be a good race. After that we got Singapore. Then Azerbaijan, France, Great Britain, and then the season closer being Saudi Arabia. We've got 6 races left in this season, and as it stands, Totally No Pro is the championship leader. Will he get penalised enough to the point where Reina will be higher up? I don't think he will. Did he cause a collision? It's down to the stewards. But I mean, late race drama, and some good overall racing. If that's your thing, which I think it should be if you enjoy F1, then I do encourage you to come around next week to watch the Brazilian Grand Prix, because that is a brilliant circuit in Sao Paulo at Interlagos. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you again next week. Thank you.